Well, hello everybody and welcome into our SK class finale reaction on Stephen. I'm conflicted. I've really enjoyed this show, but I'm also glad to see the back of this show because I feel like I'm having a fucking stroke every time I try to say SK class. I said SKR or SK, and I had to abort the intro and redo it there.
Yeah.
So, whilst part of me really has enjoyed the show, there's part of me wanting to wave the show off into the sunset.
John, it's one of the things I don't miss about our reviews because I had to do the opening. And
Karmyuddh.
some of those films that we had to pronounce, I just could not do. I had to break it down phonetically just to get my head around it. But John, in terms of getting in and out, I think 3 episodes for this particular story is enough. I think that we talked about how frenetic a lot of the sort of sequences were in that episode 2, and they have to be. We can't hang about, we can't waste time on the mundane, we have to get to the point because this is what it's all about. It's all about SK, it's all about his student
Aziz.
And you know, getting him to that sort of
stage where he is receptive to academia
and state of mind, and we saw that the sort of methods he was using in episode 2 was very good. But I think it's perfect, you know, and the episodes are pretty short as well, 20-30 minutes. It's enough.
Yeah, the last one was really short, 23 minutes. Stephen, it's a more simplistic story than Aspirants was. That was a really dense, deep conversational story, multiple timelines about these sort of deconstruction of this tripod friendship. This one's a really, I don't want to say it's simplistic, but it's certainly more simplistic than Aspirants. It's about this kid, young guy, and he's stuck in a rut. He feels like a failure. His father's pushing him. He doesn't know what he wants to do in life. And I think they're just bit by bit pushing and nudging him and giving him that drive to perhaps tackle this UPSC test and maybe even pass.
Yeah.
He's certainly got the brains.
If Aspirants was the main course, this is certainly a very good dessert.
Or an appetiser.
Yeah.
But it's a sequel, so it can't be an appetiser unless you are demented.
Yeah.
And you eat fucking starters after the main. If you do,
horses for courses.
God fucking help you. Shall we press play?
Yeah, let's do it.
Play if.
कौन कहता है आसमां में सुराख हो नहीं सकता?
Subtitles again. What the fuck is happening here?
हमारा स्टूडेंट था सुधीर, उसने लिखा था कि तेरा जिंदगी अगर यूपीएससी एग्जाम होता तो मैं हर मर्तबा रैंक 1 से पास होता, प्रीलिम्स में तेरी पसंद नापसंद के सवाल होते और ओएमआर सीट पर हमारे इश्क के निशान होते।
More energy than that, come on.
ये क्या है? ये ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन, एग्रीकल्चर, ठीक है, व्हाइट रेवोल्यूशन, मिल्क इंडस्ट्री, पिंक रेवोल्यूशन, पोल्ट्री और मीट इंडस्ट्री। और फादर ऑफ पिंक रेवोल्यूशन कौन है? दुर्गेश पटेल। कौन? दुर्गेश पटेल। याद रहेगा ये यार तुमने 50% से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स ने गलत जवाब दिया कि सिंपल क्वेश्चन है। 28 फरवरी कौन सा दिन मनाते हैं?
सर, हाँ, नेशनल साइंस डे।
और उसी दिन क्यों मनाते हैं? हाँ,
सर सीवी रमन ने उस दिन रमन इफेक्ट की डिस्कवरी की थी, जिसकी वजह से उनको और इंडिया को पहला साइंस का नोबेल प्राइज मिला था।
Boom.
सही है, सुने वैज्ञानिक। चलो डन, आज का क्लास ओवर।
How are you? Yeah, smug dick. Actually, yeah, I have to stress I quite like him, but speechless.
Yeah.
मॉक टेस्ट में बढ़िया परफॉर्म किया, पढ़ाई मन लग रहा है क्या?
सर पिछली बार जब मार्क्स कम आए थे तो पॉकेट मनी काट दी थी आपके चरण सर ने, तब से मैंने सोच लिया सर और कुछ नहीं कटवाना। सर आप वो बाकी के 2 टास्क भी बता देते तो मैं लग जाता उनमें।
Not really getting it, is it?
No, penny's not
बाकी का दोनों टास्क में एस्पिरेंट्स का मदद लगेगा।
अच्छा।
हाँ, तो दूसरा टास्क है, ये मेरा किताब के लिए कुछ करंट एस्पिरेंट्स का टेस्टिमोनियल लगेगा।
सर पर मैं तो यहाँ पे किसी से बात करता नहीं हूँ।
Well, that's the
बात
point.
करो, तुम बात करोगे तो मैं तुम्हारे पिताजी से बात करूंगा।
ठीक है
That's the
सर।
whole point, mate.
सर वो आप 3rd टास्क भी बताए थे ना, तो मैं दोनों को साथ में कर देता और जल्दी करके
Nah,
यहाँ
it's
से
not how
निकल
it
जाता।
works.
नहीं सही है, सही है। एक पुराने एस्पिरेंट का इंटरव्यू लगेगा कि ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर का उसकी जर्नी में क्या इंपॉर्टेंस रहा है। हाँ?
सर मैं तो किसी और एस्पिरेंट को जानता हूँ पुराने।
कुछ तो बनाया
We're gonna get here, Abalash.
लिस्ट है, कुछ ओल्ड एस्पिरेंट्स का।
अच्छा
बात कर लो।
Get Sandeep in.
आधा काम हमने कर लिया है, आधा काम तुम कर लो।
You with this guy fucking running through walls trying to pass this test. Get him in. He's not there.
अभिलाष, संदीप भैया,
Sandeep.
अरे सुजाता मैडम,
ये वो मार्क कर दिया था आपने उस दिन तो।
अरे क्या आप छोटा छोटा चीज वापस करते रहते हैं।
सर गिफ्ट ही देना है तो एक डस्टर दे दीजिए, वो मेरी क्लास वाला मिल नहीं।
अरे है डस्टर, ये डस्टर।
शाम की चाय मेरी तरफ से।
हाँ, शंभू के यहाँ मिलते हैं फिर।
ठीक है।
क्या बात है इसके सर?
अरे दोस्त है यार।
Yeah.
ये ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर में गुजारा करने के लिए दोस्तों का जरूरत पड़ता है। तुम भी मना लो भाई।
सर मैंने कितना ही टाइम गुजारना है सर यहाँ पे? आपके बन गए थे सर जब आप आए थे अपने टाइम पे?
हाँ, काफी दोस्त थे और दो बड़े खास थे। वो कॉलेज से ही साथ में थे तो हम तीनों को बोलते थे ट्राइपॉड, एकदम ठाक।
काफी लकी हो सर आप, वरना कॉलेज के दोस्त हमेशा क्लोज रहे ऐसा जरूरी नहीं होता।
That's what you think.
मैं लगता हूँ सर इस पे।
हाँ,
थैंक यू।
He's trying to impart this wisdom onto him. He's just fucking missing all the signs and getting off. I need to get out. I need to get out. I need to get out.
You're going to have to think for yourself.
अगर बॉस पूछे ना तो बोलना मैं निकल गया, ठीक है?
I actually really dislike this guy and I don't know why.
हाँ भाई।
I've got a strong hatred for him. He's
He's
such a
too dependent.
slovenly,
Lazy,
lazy
yeah.
bastard.
Yeah.
I hate people who leech off others. He's his friend, I know, but
Yeah. It's got to be a two-way street though, hasn't it?
like that jump on me.
Yeah.
हाय मैम, मेरे को ना एक्चुअली टेस्टिमोनी।
Wow, that was rude.
भारत है नहीं बने शो।
अरे भाई 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 भाई
Bye, bye, bye.
हाय,
Nine, nine, nine.
2 मिनट है, एक काम था।
भाई नहीं, ये टाइम नहीं है।
Imagine saying that in Glasgow.
2 मिनट।
और एक एस्पिरेंट की लाइफ में ना एक एक सेकंड बहुत कीमती है। वैसे भी 86,400 ही मिलते हैं बस एक दिन में। करा देना यार 16 सेकंड वेस्ट। अच्छा
अरे कमाल कर रहे हो यार।
You wasted
कहीं
them.
भाग रहे हैं क्या? मेंस तक तो यही है ना?
अरे तुम तो अगले साल के मेंस तक भी यहीं हो, लेकिन आज से उधारी का चाय बंद।
मतलब क्या आपका?
क्या मतलब होता है?
मतलब क्या आपका मेंस तक यही है अगले साल तक?
अगर मैं तेरी उधारी चुका दूं तो मेरा एक काम करेगा?
Smooth.
मठरी कौन देगा? खाली पेट चाय पिला कर गैस करवाओगे?
Good a chance on me.
मठरी खत्म हो गया है नहीं अभी। एसके सर जितने अच्छे अध्यापक हैं, उससे कई अच्छे मनुष्य भी हैं। अगर ये ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर गौतम है तो एसके सर यहाँ के बैटमैन है। और यहाँ
नहीं, गौतम हम हो गया। कोई नहीं, थैंक यू।
एसके सर है तो एसके सर बाकी सबके लिए टीचर है पर मेरे लिए गुरु है। देखो एसके सर बाकी सारे एस्पायरेंट के लिए श्वेत केतु है पर मेरे लिए श्री कृष्णा है।
I don't think they've noticed these, yeah?
प्रकाश, श्री कृष्णा नहीं, श्री कृष्णा। श्वेत केतु नहीं, श्वेत केतु। स और स में दिक्कत है तुम्हारा। प्रैक्टिस करो, चलो।
I didn't even notice.
No.
चलो भाई, फाइनली एक दोस्त तो बना तुम्हारा है।
काम कराने के और भी तरीके होते हैं सर।
तरीका कोई भी हो, काम होना चाहिए बस।
काम हो जाएगा सर, काम तो आज ही हो जाएगा। मेरी प्रकाश से बात होगी, इसने बोला मैं 4-5 लड़कों से मिलवा देगा, टेस्टिमोनियल दे देंगे।
बढ़िया है, फिर तो वो लिस्ट से एक इंटरव्यू फाइनल करो और क्या।
मेरे को जिनका इंटरव्यू लेना था ना, उनका नाम उस लिस्ट में है ही नहीं सर।
क्या है उसमें नाम? गुरी है, अभिलाष है, संदीप भैया, धैर्या है।
Other people you know.
सबका किसी को कॉल लगा लो यार, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
सुजाता मैम, मतलब वो भी तो आपकी तरह टीचर बनने से पहले एक एस्पिरेंट ही थी ना?
सेम जो सामने होता है उसका दिमाग में नाम नहीं आता है। बाकी सब मैं उनको छोड़ के सबका नाम लिख दिया है। सुजाता मैम, नहीं
सर तो मैंने एक प्लान बनाया।
हाँ।
उस दिन सोचा है कि मिल लूंगा उनसे,
Yeah.
फिर उन्हें किसी अच्छी सी कॉफी शॉप ले जाऊंगा, वहीं बैठ के बातें करते करते सारे सवाल भी हो जाएंगे, इंटरव्यू भी हो जाएगा।
He's daydreaming.
आशीष, मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, ये फाइनल टास्क के लिए तुम क्वेश्चन प्रिपेयर कर लो और ये इंटरव्यू जो है वो मैं ले लूंगा, कोई दिक्कत वाला बात नहीं, ठीक है?
Now he's playing
अब
him.
ये किताब का चक्कर में तुम्हारा बहुत टाइम वेस्ट हुआ है। वो कंपटीशन चल रहा था तुम्हारा, उसका तैयारी कर लो, उसको फिनिश करो यार। हैं?
सर वो मैं उस कंपटीशन में पार्ट नहीं ले रहा हूँ सर।
क्यों? कुछ दिन पहले बना रहे थे ना तुम अपना जुड़वा भाई वोट, क्या हुआ?
सर वो जिस भाई के लिए जुड़वा भाई बना रहा था वही छूट गया कंपटीशन में। कोई नहीं सर, मैं आपको क्वेश्चंस देता हूँ।
हाँ,
आप ले लीजिएगा इंटरव्यू, मैं चलता हूँ।
This really is tremendous.
Yeah.
क्या?
Very gay, Jake Gyllenhaal.
वो कंपटीशन भी छोड़ दी उसने। ओ यार, एसके तू तो कहता था कि यूपीएससी से भागता है। एक बार उसका काम कर लिया तो कुछ भी कर लेगा। ओ एसके यार, जिसे उसका बाप नहीं सुधार पाया, तू कैसे सुधारेगा?
Quite easily.
ये गुरी, एक चीज है जिससे वो यूपीएससी से भी ज्यादा भागता है।
क्या?
गुरी, युगों पहले ना कुरुक्षेत्र का मैदान में एक कर्म युद्ध हुआ था, जिसमें अर्जुन अपने ही भाइयों से, अपने ही खून से लड़ा था। कल यहाँ ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर में भी ना एक कर्म युद्ध होगा। अब देखना ये है हमारा अर्जुन अपने खून के सामने टिक कर खड़ा रहता है या मैदान छोड़ के भागता है।
You got to do subtitles with that, come on. Fuck, he'll be playing out here.
He definitely has Kaka vibes, this guy.
He does, yeah.
मुझे पता है आपका स्केड्यूल थोड़ा बिजी रहता है सर, लेकिन बिल्कुल ऐसे लास्ट मोमेंट पे टाइम निकाल के आए हैं आप, तो आपको तो थैंक यू बोलेंगे चरण सर।
कल मैं दिल्ली में ही था जब तुम्हारा कॉल आया।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा।
आज मीटिंग थी एक मंत्रालय में।
हाँ।
So he's at ES, isn't he? He passed the
हमारे बुक
test.
के लिए इंटरव्यू चाहिए तो मुझे लगा चलो इस बहाने ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर का चक्कर लग जाएगा।
बढ़िया है सर, बढ़िया है।
कैसा है आशीष?
आप देख लीजिए सर, ये रूम तो बिल्कुल पास में ही है।
नहीं नहीं, मैं जाऊंगा फिर उसका भी मन होगा घर जाने के लिए।
Really? Don't know about that, mate.
पढ़ाई कैसे चल रही है इसकी?
हाँ, तैयारी चल रहा है सर। अब
Yeah, you leave.
तैयार होगा तो पता चल जाएगा।
हमारी फैमिली में हर जनरेशन में एक आईएएस रहा है।
Is that pressure?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the last one.
ट्राइंग सर, कोशिश कर रहे हैं, देखते हैं बाकी।
But it's the issue of forcing someone to do something
Ah,
that
come
doesn't
in.
compel them. They're not passionate
He's got
about
to
it.
remember as well, he's got other students.
Yeah.
क्या हाल है बेटा?
SK, you know.
अरे आओ।
I think it's the relationship with his father, though.
Yeah.
That is
So?
the issue here.
Yep.
क्या कर रहे हो आप यहाँ पे? ये प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट लेना है, जैसे मेरे बॉस से लिया करते थे लास्ट जॉब में।
इसके ने बुलाया इसलिए आया हूँ।
You said you wanted SK to talk to your dad, so he's doing it.
बताया नहीं आपने आप आ रहे हो। ऐसे कितनी बार दिल्ली आके बिना बताए लौट जाते हो?
मैं यहाँ घूमने नहीं आता हूँ, काम करने आता हूँ, करके चला जाता हूँ।
Very cold, isn't he?
ठीक है बाबा,
Very distant.
जब आपका काम हो जाए ना तो आप चले जाना।
Touche, motherfucker. Touche.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, व्हाट अ सरप्राइज। मुझे लगा था फाइनली यहाँ पे मेरा एक दोस्त बन रहा है, बट
This can't all fall apart just now. We've only got about 20 minutes left.
मैम से
ए आशीष, ये जो इंटरव्यू है सुजाता मैडम का नहीं है, चरण सर का है।
Ah, yeah.
और इंटरव्यू मैं नहीं लूंगा, ये तुम लोगे।
Necessary.
ये सर वो मेरा बुक का वो इंटरव्यू टेस्टिमोनियल नोट्स वगैरह में मदद कर रहा था, तो क्वेश्चन प्रिपेयर किया है सर। जिसने क्वेश्चन प्रिपेयर किया इंटरव्यू वही लेना सर, है कि नहीं? आशीष, लोगे ना इंटरव्यू?
Come on, then.
अब क्यों है यहाँ पे? अब काम नहीं है आपको? अब नहीं बात करी यार आपसे।
You better step up and be a friend here, mate.
Yeah. He's like, why would you waste food like that? Despicable.
Perhaps he is there for concern.
No, I think he is, yeah, I think, yeah.
I don't think it's a case of why you know
कुछ भी expect करोगे तो disappointment ही होगा, जैसे मुझे होता है.
This is it. There's no real support for this guy and his family. He's seen as being a disappointment, a failure. He's never going to amount to anything. He needs that support, that push.
भाई पहले ही पता होता ना कि तू बिरयानी और कोल्ड ड्रिंक में मान जाएगा, तो ऑनलाइन ही ऑर्डर कर देता. बेकार में इतनी दूर आ गया.
किसने बोला मान गया हूँ? रसमलाई का
कर दूंगा भाई ऑर्डर. सॉरी यार.
See
Actually,
that
you
bag?
were right.
That slipped my bag.
ये कंपटीशन में लिए जरूरी था. I wanted to win.
Whose is that? Is
But not at the cost of losing you.
It's Aziz's.
भाई तू ना किसी भी कंपटीशन से बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी है.
कोई नहीं यार. मैं भी पहले गुस्सा हुआ था, फिर बुरा लगने लग गया. एक ही तो दोस्त से इससे बात करके अच्छा लगता था यहाँ पर भी.
लेकिन देख भाई, हम ना कंपटीशन में बिजी रहूंगा मैं, तो बात करने का उतना टाइम नहीं रहेगा. बट आई विल स्टिल ट्राई. ठीक है
सर, मंत्रालय से कॉल था, 2 घंटे में बुलाया है.
सुन लिया भाई, बुलावा आ गया है. जल्दी फिनिश करो इंटरव्यू, फिर निकलो.
सर थोड़ा वेट कर लेते हैं.
भाई तुझे पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करना तो मत करना यार, मुझे तो करने दे.
राघव सुन, अगर तेरे बस की होती ना तो कभी मेरे पास नहीं आता हेल्प के लिए. क्या बोला था तूने? दैट यू वांट टू विन एंड यू नो यू कांट विन विदाउट मी. फिर भाई पॉइंट क्या पार्टिसिपेट करने का जब तुझे ऑलरेडी पता है कि तू जीतेगा ही नहीं.
देख आशीष, एंट्री तो कर दी है, कुछ तो बनाऊंगा. गिव अप नहीं मारना है भाई.
This is important for him. The message
Because sometimes now
conveyed here.
Not giving up is more important than winning.
Yeah. Precisely.
Now it's getting too late इसके, मुझे निकलना होगा.
अरे नहीं सर, बढ़िया सर.
Such a cocksocket of a man, I'm telling you.
He doesn't want to put in the time.
2 चाय बोल देना शंभू को.
जी सर.
भैया 3 कर देना. थैंक यू.
You were saying that, kid.
Yeah, sir. Start करें, sir.
Shoot.
My first question, sir. What should be the strategy when you are preparing for an exam like UPSC?
Everyone has different strategy. I had no plan B. तो जितना भी टफ था मैं लगा रहा. And in the end, having no other option, it worked for me.
Yeah.
लेकिन जिनके पास बहुत ऑप्शंस होते हैं, बहुत कुछ करने के लिए, वो कुछ नहीं कर पाते.
They're distracted.
सर मुझे लगा आप सिर्फ अपनी बात करने वाले थे. Anyhow, my second question to you, sir. 99% of aspirants can't crack UPSC. It's like fighting a lost battle. So how do you stay motivated? And does Rajinder Nagar play an important part in this?
Old Rajinder Nagar has different sources of motivation, like your teachers, fellow aspirants, या फिर वो चाय की टपरी वाला शंभू या उसके पिताजी शंकर. But the biggest motivation is self motivation. अगर आप 99% फेलियर रेट पे फोकस करेंगे तो ऑब्वियसली आपको ये लॉस पैटर्न ही लगेगा. लेकिन अगर आप 1% सक्सेस रेट पे फोकस करेंगे तो दैट विल मोटिवेट यू टू नॉट ओनली फाइट दिस बैटल बट टू ऑल्सो विन इट. लेकिन जो सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड ही नहीं है, उनके पीछे कितना भी पड़ जाओ कोई फायदा नहीं. उन्हें हर चीज लॉस बैटल ही लगती है और वो गिव अप कर देते हैं.
That's a good scene, man.
Yes, he's fantastic.
आप भी 2 अटेम्प्ट से फेल हुए थे ना सर? आपका मन नहीं क्या गिव अप करने का?
किया था, लेकिन अगर मैं गिव अप कर देता तो आज जहां हूं वहां नहीं होता. People who quit never win.
That's a bit harsh on SK, for fuck's sake. Why don't you quit though?
कभी टाइम मिले तो ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर को अच्छे से घूमना, देखना आधे एस्पिरेंट्स कहाँ से आते हैं। वो या तो किसानों के बेटे हैं या फिर ऑटो ड्राइवर के बच्चे हैं। Quitting for them is not an option. UPSC is their ticket to a better life and they make it. लेकिन जिन्हें बचपन से सब कुछ मिला होता है उनके पास ये एटीट्यूड आ ही नहीं पाता है। वो किलर इंस्टिंक्ट, वो फाइटिंग स्पिरिट, डू और डाई सिचुएशन, they don't know.
Bang on.
Ashish, I gave you everything so that you do whatever you want, but you did nothing. Single parent होकर भी I give you love, care, attention of both the parents.
That's just changed my entire opinion on this guy.
यही मेरी गलती थी.
I think he probably just tried everything.
Yeah, yes, he's frustrated.
I'm not angry with you, Ashish. I'm telling you. It's just that I'm disappointed with you. Till now, you have done not a single thing to make me proud.
He's got the ability.
कभी भी कोई ऐसा काम नहीं किया कि मैं बोल सकूं, I'm proud of you, बेटा.
But I am proud of him, sir. आपका नहीं पता है सर, और मैंने तो जो काम दिया वो पूरा किया आशीष ने, और वो भी तब जबकि मैंने जानबूझ के उसको मुश्किल बनाया है इसके लिए, फिर भी पूरा किया। आपको तो लग रहा था सर इंटरव्यू लेने भी नहीं आएगा, बैठा है आपके सामने। आपने उसे ही कहा कि मैंने हर चीज का फ्रीडम दिया है इसको, पर इस उम्र में सर फ्रीडम के साथ गाइडेंस भी बहुत जरूरी है। पतंग को ऐसे उड़ाते हैं थोड़ा ना उड़ जाता है सर। कन्नी बांधना पड़ता है, मांझा बांधना पड़ता है, तब पतंग उड़ता है, वरना तो गोता काकी है, गिर जाएगा ना सर।
So you mean to say कि this is my fault?
अरे सर,
सामने बैठा, पूछो इससे, कितनी बार पूछा इससे क्या करना है, तो क्या गाइड करूं मैं?
सर उसे नहीं पता है क्या करना है, शायद इसीलिए सब कुछ ट्राई करता रहता है। पर एक चीज तो उसको पता थी ना सर कि यूपीएससी नहीं करना है, पर आपने भेजा ना सर।
This is a different vibe I'm getting here, man.
सर ये फिटनेस वो गिटार लेसन का टाइम पर, स्टार्टअप का टाइम पर, या वो जॉब का टाइम पर क्यों नहीं था सर? माना सर आशीष इज अ क्विटर, बट सॉरी टू से सर यू आर ऑल्सो अ क्विटर। यू क्विट ऑन थिंग्स बट यू क्विट ऑन हिम। अरे सर यूपीएससी भी 6 अटेम्प्ट्स देता है सर, ये तो आपका अपना बेटा है सर, इसे एक और अटेम्प्ट तो दे ही सकते हैं ना।
Fucking music.
Yeah,
so good, man.
Amazing.
बस प्लीज सर इस बार उसे फिगर आउट करने दीजिएगा सर, उसे क्या करना है। एंड दिस टाइम सर डोंट क्विट ऑन हिम सर।
SK is quite a counsellor, isn't he?
Yeah. That's a really good shot, that man. Really good shot. The symbolism of that shot.
Yeah. Keep using the same archival footage at the train. That guy with the yellow hoodie keeps getting in the building.
You could say that it's sort of symbolic of the monotonous day by day grind, the rat race. Think you'll still be there?
Yeah, I think he will.
And he'll come in?
No, I think he'll. I don't know.
Think he'll come in?
I think he will.
Maybe he won't. Maybe he's found happiness in another sort of direction. Come on, let's go. Invite her to that coffee shop. Come on, SK. He's like me. No ringtone, but vibrate.
हेलो, कांग्रेचुलेशन सर, आपकी बुक के तो काफी अच्छे रिव्यूज आ रहे हैं।
अरे थैंक यू भाई, समझ में आया?
जीवन में क्या करना है?
सर जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा सवाल यही नहीं है? टाइम लगेगा सर थोड़ा, और जॉब बीच में छोड़ के आया था राजेंद्र नगर, तो अभी तो यही करूंगा।
अरे वाह, ज्वाइन कर लिया क्या?
बाय द वे सर, मैंने उस कंपटीशन में पार्ट लिया फाइनली।
अरे वाह, तो फिर क्या जीते?
जीता तो नहीं सर, पर बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला। इतना समझ गया कि लाइफ में कुछ भी अधूरा नहीं छोड़ूंगा। आप भी तो यही सिखाना चाहते थे ना सर? अरे सर, आप देखेंगे नहीं मैंने बनाया क्या है?
हाँ यार, जरूर देखें। कैसे देखें बताओ।
सर आपको जो पार्सल भेजा था वो है क्या अभी आपके पास?
पार्सल यही है।
ज्वाइन कीजिए ना।
I've got one of them over there. Never fucking use it. It's actually one. Quest, isn't it?
Yeah.
अरे चाय कब है भाई?
That's nice.
तुम्हारा अवतार तो तुमसे ज्यादा स्मार्ट लग रहा है। अरे
that's great. It connects them.
और इसके कैसा है भाई?
आपकी लिस्ट की वजह से मुझे 2 दोस्त और मिल गए। फिर गुरी भैया और अभिलाष भैया ने बताया कि आप लोगों का अड्डा यही हुआ करता था। तो
शंभू की चाय की टपरी में बैठा हूँ यार, तुम दोनों के साथ।
हाँ,
या तो तुम दोनों 3D में हो इसलिए, या अपनी दोस्ती बड़ी गहरी है इसलिए।
हाँ, काफी टाइम हो गया ना अड्डे पे मिले हुए। काफी टाइम हो गया, अब तक याद भी नहीं है। और इसके राइटर बन गया तू तो। कभी राइटर का ऑटोग्राफ लेने ही आ जा। इसी बहाने अपना पुराना दोस्त से तो मिल लेगा भाई।
भाड़े पे लिखवाई इसने किताब, क्यों आशीष?
अरे कहाँ गुरी भैया, मैंने इनकी नहीं, इन्होंने मेरी हेल्प करी है। पर एक चीज है जिसका स्वाद अभी अभी लगा था कि मैं वहां से निकल आया, शंभू की चाय।
अरे आशीष, राजेंद्र नगर और शंभू की चाय, इनका स्वाद एक बार लग जाए ना तो फिर जल्दी छूटता नहीं है, चाहे आप कितने भी दूर चले जाओ।
मुझे ना शंभू की चाय की स्मेल यहाँ तक आ रही है यार। वो वही लौंग, वही इलायची।
ये चाय का स्वाद तो सामने बैठकर ही लेना पड़ेगा। सोचो, जनवरी की गुनगुनी धूप और साथ में एक गरम चाय का घूंट। और शंभू क्या बोलेगा? गोरी भैया, ओनली कैश नो उधारी।
अरे वाह वाह वाह,
मचा दी गन तूने। और इसकी एक बात बता यार, और तूने अपनी घटिया शायरियां जो हैं किताब में तो नहीं डाली ना? लड़के पढ़ के एस्पिरेंट से आशिक बन जाएंगे।
क्या बोल रहा है भाई?
कोई नहीं यार, मिलते हैं जल्दी दिल्ली में। क्या बोलता अभिलाष?
यार मुझे ना थोड़ा काम रहेगा।
Come on Abhilash, get your ass to Delhi, mate.
पर मैं आऊंगा जरूर। हाँ, प्लान फाइनल करके बताता हूँ ट्राइपॉड पे, ठीक है?
अरे ये हुआ ना बात, वाह।
बस सही है। और तब तक शाम की चाय यहाँ साथ में तो पी सकते हैं ना, है ना?
हाँ बिल्कुल पी सकते हैं।
I didn't see this coming. I'm not gonna lie, I did not see this coming at the end. It's captured the emotion of him as well. It's great. Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
Look at this. The next
भाई
generation.
रिजल्ट चाहे कुछ भी हो, पर हर साल चाय टपरी पे आके मिलेंगे जरूर।
अरे बिल्कुल भाई, बिल्कुल, ये तो अड्डा है अपना।
Just don't steal my girlfriend.
That was alright. That was a good ending. Really good. Enjoyed that.
Happy ending.
क्या इमोशनल
Right, to hear these interviews. Come on, come now.
John,
Steve, that was great.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. SK Sarkey class exceeded my expectations. I thought it was going to be sort of paying homage to aspirants, but it took it off in another direction. I'm glad we got to focus on the SK character. I've mentioned this before. I don't think we focused enough of him in aspirants because the story wasn't about him. He was the glue that held the other two together, the three of them together. But it was more about the other two. In this, we got to see what he could do with a subject, and that being Assis. And I thought that scene with him and his father at the end was fantastic.
Powerful.
Very moving, John. I stayed silent throughout that, and I know you did as well. Just try to listen to that score coming through as well was beautiful. Absolutely, the music in this series has been really
I'm also
good.
aware though that I have to edit.
Yeah, well, it's
and I'm
hard,
always thinking internally.
It's difficult.
put a little bit of something in there, then I can cut away, and that'll get round the copyright.
Yeah.
So I'm always internally thinking, but I try to.
Yeah, I mean, you
try to subvert it and watch and enjoy the show, but this is a problem when I have to fucking edit as well. It's always part of me thinking, how am I going to edit this? How am I going to edit this? So you have to give me a little bit.
3 episodes though, John. I think it was enough, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, Stephen.
I don't think
it was
they could have
a
hung
potent
about.
Story.
Yeah.
Succinctly told. And I completely agree, Stephen. The SK character did... He get booted to the side a bit in Aspirants. He was still an important character. He was the only guy in old... I forgot the name already. Rajinder Nagar, I think that's what it's called. And it was like the ghost of Christmas past. He was living in the present, the past and the future, and he was bringing everything together. He was trying to make the tripod group great again, if you like. But obviously it was mostly Abhilash and Guri, the breakdown of this friendship, why that happened, going back to the past and exploring the sort of breakdown, and obviously in the present try to bring it back together and redeem that friendship. And SK did get lost in that.
He did, yeah.
And look, that was a very succinct story. That could have easily been expanded into a second season, but it wasn't. It was 1 season, 5 episodes. So this was a nice little way to throw a bone. Not that I'm calling SK a dog. I'm not. I have to stress, nothing wrong with being a dog. Dogs are better than humans, let me fucking tell you right now. But it was a nice way to give that character a bit of closure. It was almost, even in my mind, like what they did for Jesse Pinkman in El Camino. Breaking Bad, a great supporting character, but he wasn't Walter White.
No, that's it, yeah.
He wasn't Heisenberg. That was Bryan Cranston. They told that story brilliantly, but there was a couple of little threads lost for the Jesse character, and they closed it beautifully with El Camino. Yeah. That's what they've done here with SK's key class.
John, do you think we'll see these 3 characters ever again? Or do you think that's it, we're done?
Stephen, I don't know. Part of me likes the way they've ended it there.
Yeah.
They're optimistic for the future. They fell out of contact again. They're on the phone to each other. They're busy men.
Yeah.
I mean, SK is teaching the next batch, the future aspirants. Guri's a hugely successful entrepreneur, business owner, married to a beautiful wife. And Abhilash is doing his thing as an IAS officer, a man who's hugely respected in Indian society.
The most important thing was that they're all happy in life.
They're all happy in life now. Well, I mean, SK's not. He's still kind of a Debbie Downer. But
I don't know. He looked very content. He looked content at the end there, John.
I've faith he'll maybe come to his senses and have a coffee with that woman, that teacher.
I think
maybe
I
settle
think it's
down.
going there. Yeah, I think it's going
what I'm saying is, I like it when they leave it open-ended.
Yeah.
You can fill in the blanks about what happened with the characters, which seemed really important to show you that side that was hinted at of SK in the first episode. His inspirational teaching methods, we've seen it in full force here. He's not just a teacher, he is like a G2 Baya. He's a figure who can inspire people to be better human beings. He's almost a mentor figure when the family unit breaks down and maybe robs their kids of that support. We've seen that in that great scene. I have to say, the father, really good acting from him as well.
Yeah.
I called him a cocksocket, which is a word I like to use because it's not as in your face and vile as the actual shortened version. But he redeemed himself like a minute later. Then he kind of let himself down again. Then he redeemed himself again. It was up and down.
Yeah, a bit of stubbornness.
But Ronan Keating sung, "Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride."
It was good though. It was very impactful.
It was.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it, Stephen. Ultimately though, when it comes to, I mean, I'm going to bring this up briefly, and just very briefly, because we have to keep this brief. We're going to react to pictures right after this. Just quickly discuss the performance. I thought Abhilash Tapi Lial, or Tap Lial, SK Sir. Look, I know it's called the SK Sir key class, but Gagan Arora was almost the main man.
Yeah,
playing Ajish.
Yeah, it had to be John. He was the subject matter.
He was the subject matter. But Abhilash, outstanding again in this. The acting was top tier. And look, the side characters are like your Shivant Singh Parihar, the old gang from the Aspirant show and Naveen Kasturi.
They didn't actually have any screen time together, John.
They didn't.
Which
was why that moment at the end was so important in the sort
even
of
if it was virtual. Yeah.
It brought them back together for a moment. And the beautiful shot of the next generation coming in and taking up those seats, I thought that was quite a powerful message.
John, Naveen Kasturi, I know he wasn't in this that much, and he was only in 2 episodes. I think the first episode and the 3rd episode. And I'm looking forward to seeing this guy in pictures. I think he's going to be, again, great screen presence. The guy oozes screen presence regardless of obviously the character. Even in Aspirants, although he was coming off a bit negative and whiny at times, he was still intriguing to watch. He was still interesting as a character, and seeing that development in him as well throughout Aspirants. I know this isn't an Aspirants review, John, but just having these sort of main three in here I think was important, just to sort of connect the dots. But you're absolutely right. I think Gangan Aurora, I think that's his name, Ashish, was fantastic. He looks young. He looks quite young.
I know how old he is.
And I think his father as well. I'm not sure who his father.
Born 93, so he's 30.
30, yeah.
Up for 30. His father, I think, was Rajesh Jace, and he was in Patal Lok. I can't for the life of me.
Yeah, he looks so different.
Who did he play? Did he play one of the head police figures in Patal Lok?
I can't remember, John. Honestly,
I was speaking about Patal Lok earlier, because I feel like with shaving against the grain on my cheek, I'm becoming chowdery from Patal Lok, so I have to stop that. I'm not. He obviously had like, I don't know.
Raghav, the character, John, I know he's a bit annoying at times, but at the end of the day, I think
it closure at the end, didn't it?
He needed Ashish more than Ashish needed him, I think, at that point in life. But that's what friendships are like at times. You sort of rely on each other at certain moments in your life. And it was a good character. He wasn't in it a lot or anything like that, but I know that he kind of annoyed you in the early stages, John, because he looked
just a bit leechy.
He looked a bit using, didn't he? Yeah.
He's just leeching off his more
Shampoo.
Brilliant. Shampoo was alright. That was a little character, wasn't it, the Joker?
Yeah, he's like the sort of Gunter from Friends, isn't he?
He's floating about,
just in the background
jokes.
there,
But very much set dressing in terms of the actual story. Sujata, also the sort of women teacher, she was just a sort of tacked on thing, wasn't she, to show that SK may have something going on.
A love interest,
A love interest, if you like.
But it wasn't about that anyway.
But Stephen, again, for me, man, and I've said it time and again, I almost feel like a dementia patient on palliative care at times. What TVF do remarkably well for me is casting.
Yeah, characters.
They consistently cast the characters really well, and that's a strong point of these stories, along with the great writing and the technical stuff. Characters, they just feel appropriate to the actors feel appropriate to the characters they're playing.
Yeah, I agree.
And they bring them to life, and they feel like fully 3D, well realised human beings.
I'm so grateful for the community introduced us to the TVF content, because it's been first class since start to finish. It's not finished yet, but you know what I mean, up to this point. Just everything about
It'll never finish.
We've took different things. We took the sort of agricultural side of India and the sort of highs and lows of obviously village trials and tribulations and life in those areas. We've went and saw the education system in Kota Factory, and obviously in Aspirants as well. I can't wait till we see more content from these guys, because you're absolutely right. It's the characters that make these things interesting, and they know how to write. They know how to write good characters.
I can't help but notice they were sponsored by Meta.
Yeah,
I didn't realise that until
Facebook,
then. Sponsored.
Well, it's another sort of product the VR headsets.
Yeah, that's why they got them. Yeah. Meta. It's kind of failed now, Meta, hasn't it?
Product placement.
Yeah, it's fell on its arse. They're getting rid of people and whatnot. Well, it was nice way to tie it up at the end.
Yeah.
Steam, for me, I mean, it's not quite as good as Aspirants in terms of out of 10, and I'm aware that I may have rated the first. Oh no, what did that? There's only one season of Aspirants. Did I rate that 8.5?
Yeah, roughly around about that. Yeah.
I'll rate this a 7.8 or an 8 out of 10. Then it's not as good. It's not as emotionally raw. It's not as dense in terms of conversation. It's not as complex in terms of the structure and multiple timelines. But it was a nice story. It gave SK closure. It showed you a side, a more fully formed picture of that character. And look, this young Ashish character, it was an inspirational story about him in the end. At the start, and then in the middle it was a little bit Debbie Downer, but well told story, great acting, brilliant score, work and stuff like that. So a 7.88 out of 10 for me.
That's a good rating, John. For me, I don't really want to repeat everything you just said, but for me, I think the development of the Ashish character from where he was in his headspace in episode 1 right through to episode 3, we saw the character development, and you got to bear in mind it was only 3 episodes, and they were only lasting 25-35 minutes per episode, so not a lot of time to really get into the sort of ins and outs of the characters in terms of depth or anything like that. So they had to really streamline a lot of the sequences in this, and I thought it's fantastic how they've done this. It's not a patch on Aspirants, John, you're absolutely right, because with more episodes to start with, 2 more episodes, but the episodes were longer as well, and we got to obviously explore those characters. But what that did was it allowed us not to spend too much time on characters. We only had to really focus on the Ashish character in terms of main characters in this one. For me, it's an 8 out of 10 as well. I mean, it's just a fantastic in and out story. I don't think you could do another 2 episodes of this,
no,
to be honest with you, because I thought they hit the ground running, and you know they managed to tell the story.
They know just the right amount of time to spend with a character, with a story, and when to get out. And I respect that tremendously. They're not just forcing an extra 2 episodes out for views and for the sake of it. They get it told and they get out, and enormous respect. Are we done though?
Yeah, we're done, yeah.
What's your thoughts on the finale of SK Sucky Class? I can finally say it without tripping over it. It's not that hard of a fucking name. I don't know why I struggled with it. Karmyuddh, the finale. Share your thoughts down below about the show, about the story, about the great technical work, about the character of Azish, if I can say it. That's a hard fucking name for me to say. Azish. About SK, about our reaction, about aspirants and the way this is bled into it, or the way aspirants is bled into that, because it's not. This is a sequel, it's not a prequel. Share your thoughts down below about that in the comment section. That's the place to put it. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications straight to your eyeballs for future reactions. And we're going to be reacting to pictures after this, right after this. We'll begin right into it. And we're immensely looking forward to it, because the community here says it's fucking good. This is the one that started TVF's meteoric rise from a mere YouTube channel to a borderline fucking, I'm going to say it again, HBO of India. And people will say it's not HBO. Well, it's my fucking opinion. Apparently Pictures is the one that started it. So if you want to see that, if you're interested in that future content class that comes out on a Sunday, hit the notifications bell icon. That was convoluted. That'll allow you to see it the moment it drops. All that's left to be said is thank you for watching throughout this watch along, if indeed you have. It's another setup where we have reacted to the entire show, and we're talking and assuming people have been watching and communicating and liking and enjoying it. We don't know, because it's not dropped yet as we record this. So if you have, thank you very fucking much. If you haven't, we're speaking to nobody. Regardless though, me and Stephen are done. Until the next time, bye bye.